Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys like the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward. Hey guys, Altcoin Sherpa here with a crypto market review. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not an expert to do your own research. I'll briefly go into Bitcoin here. There are a lot of altcoins that I want to review today. The market was really nice over the weekend, surprisingly. We saw a lot of good moves from altcoins, and Bitcoin looks to be somewhat pulling back at this time. So where are we at right now? We saw Bitcoin break out of this range from 30K to 40K that it's been in for months. 200-day EMA, this red line got flipped to support, and price broke above to this supply zone around 47 to 50K. This is pretty expected area of resistance. As you can see, volume profile here, these areas usually act as support and resistance areas, especially in this context where price is first touching this area for the first time since May. So what we're seeing on low time frame charts is price is pulling back. Will price break through this area on the first go? I'm not exactly sure. I think it's somewhat unlikely. If I'm still looking at it, I'm still viewing somewhere from 40 to 43K as areas of interest. That said, this is a kind of a slow grinding price action that we're seeing. We're not seeing price like go up and make a big inefficient move up. If that were the case, then I would expect a much swifter rejection, but you can see that price is doing this slow kind of grind. And if you start looking down on lower time frame charts, you'll see that there's just like a lot of consolidation here. Now, with that said, that's not to say that, you know, price is going to just like break through on this first go. I still wouldn't be surprised to see this like pull back. There are a lot of there's a lot of confluence at lower levels too. Like 43K or so has like this 200 EMA on the 4-hour. This should be a pretty decent entry if price pulls back to it. And if price does pull back to this area, then I expect altcoins to pull back as well, which is totally fine. I mean, many altcoins are doing very well. From a midterm context, like I still think that we're going to see something like this. Like we're going to see price. Sorry, I'm just going to find like a clean Bitcoin chart. Yeah, something like this is where we see something like lower high made, and then we'll see some sort of like higher low being formed as well. And this lower high could be formed at 50K, and it could also get formed at like 55. Like I honestly don't know where it's going to hit. I do believe that the lower high will form anywhere from 50 to 55,000, and then some sort of higher low will form, and that's kind of my overall projection, is like some sort of like consolidation chop period where we see price just continue to chop around and consolidate. So that would make a lot of sense to me. And then like a big Q4 move. Like I was pretty on the fence on whether or not BTC was going to go to all-time highs for this year. I personally think they will, but like I'm not feeling super strong about that. I will take it level to level. And from a context standpoint, it's still important to understand that Bitcoin is in like a bearish market structure on higher time frame charts. We're seeing that, you know, we saw this like high and then a lower high formed, and then obviously lower lows, low, then lower lows. Now, you could maybe argue that the last significant high was like kind of this area here, established in June, and then price pulled back, and then maybe we saw like this like new higher high form around late July, early August. If that's the truth, then, and this was in fact a higher low, then maybe we have broken market structure and we are going higher. With that said, to me, this is still like a choppy market range where I don't really think you can call this like a shift in market structure personally. Like to me, this is still just like a range high, range low situation. And it's not really truly definitive. Whereas like back, you know, when we saw the run from 10K to 60K, this was a clear bullish trend with like higher highs and higher lows. Whereas this consolidation period from May to August, it was really just like a big choppy range where prices tested the highs and the lows multiple times. So to me, I wouldn't really call this like a shift in market structure yet. If we clearly break like 60K, then I think that you can definitely start to make some arguments for higher highs being formed, and you'll want to see where the lows are put in as well. But for now, this is kind of my projection: is Bitcoin makes a lower high, 55K or so, 50K, and then makes like a higher low, and then just chops around for a while. Let's look at some altcoins here. ETH USD looks pretty good. It is hitting this kind of supply zone right here, and I did expect it to kind of hit this mid 3K area. It's confluent with BTC going to like the areas that it's currently at, close to 50,000. It did break out of this range, and you saw this almost like vertical accumulation type of price action, where it's just like a slow grind up, like slowly grinding up, no real big pullbacks. Now, this type of price action is kind of scary for many altcoins. Generally, you call it stairs up, elevator down. What do I mean by that? I mean that, you look at the price action where it's just like this, and then like when the market nukes, he just goes down. This happens for a lot of reasons. Like number one, these bids are getting filled all the way up, and like there's not many more bids on the way down. Whereas it's different. Whereas if you see something like this, like a clean retest and then like go up. In this situation, the latter, you'll see that these support areas, like in the green, have only been tested like minimal times. So like there's still like support and bids there. Whereas when you see stairs up like this, like these bids are all getting like tested very frequently, and there's like no, like just it's getting walked up. So it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, in my opinion, like when you see this type of price action, you'll see like a market nuke, and this is more for more liquid altcoins. You'll see this type of price action. Like for Ethereum, it's actually kind of interesting. You don't really see this as often, I don't think, but regardless, it has looked very good the last few weeks, and right now it is a resistance area. So confluent with BTC going to like 50,000, like, there might be a pullback now, similar to Bitcoin going to like 40,000 or 42,000. Like it's certainly possible this tests the range high around 2,800, and then we'll see it maybe hit some sort of lower high and then higher low. So that's kind of my overall plan for ETHUSD. Let's look at Solana. Solana has been very, very strong the last few days. It's been incredible. There's really, when you see a big candle like this, like we saw yesterday, usually you don't want to short this first all-time high level. When you see a candle this strong with this, just this type of strength, and you just don't want to get in front of a speeding train, even if it is like a pretty good short, like from a TA standpoint. When a candle looks like this in these current market conditions, you generally will want to wait till it starts coming down. Like AXS is like something similar. Even like Luna right now looks kind of like similar. It looks like really strong. Solana looks really strong to me right now, and I would definitely buy dips, that's for sure. But it's important to understand that this is a really interesting case right here of Solana, in that this gives hope for many other strong altcoins that all-time highs can be broken right now, even with Bitcoin looking the way it is. Now, Solana, obviously, this one like led the market back in like April and such, and it has shown that it's an incredibly strong coin for a lot of reasons. And right now, the NFT drive towards Solana could be like a big use case for this right now. With that said, seeing this type of price action where we saw like a full reversal and a break of all-time highs, with Bitcoin not getting anywhere close to all-time highs, should show you that it is possible for these coins to like make full recoveries in these market conditions. You don't need to like wait till Q4 and alt season for your coins to like fully recover. Now, Solana is like a different beast. Other coins that could do this, honestly, in my opinion, are stuff like Luna. Like Luna is like really strong. That one's like, that one led the like market a little while back. Rune probably can't right now, given the way the chart looks. But I mean, you want to look for coins that have the potential to like go all out fucking beast. And like in the future, AXS will be another coin like that too, where it just like can really moon. That's one kind of thing I look for buying altcoins, is does it have like the strength to like kind of do what it used to do? And of course there's going to be new altcoins that like are going to lead the market. That's like undeniable. It's what always happens. But when you look at these super strong coins, they're not going to dump as hard during bad market conditions, and they will sometimes have the power to lead the market like they once did. So Solana is doing that right now. Like a lot of money is going towards Solana. Where am I looking to buy some dips? I would look around 44 if it comes, and then all-time high levels around $58 or so will be like an area of interest too. This one moved up so strongly that the EMAs are like massively lagging. So, you know, you might, if you get really lucky, like $45 or so would get be really nice. But the problem in that situation is that Bitcoin will probably be dumping quite a bit. So like the entire altcoin market will be dumping. But I do believe that Solana is like an area, a coin that you should be buying. Maybe like an aggressive first entry would be or $60 or so. That area might get front ran. And then if it comes, like $45 would be great too. Let's look at Dogecoin, and also I'll do a few others. Dogecoin looks pretty good to me. When you see this type of price action where price just kind of does a slow grind down, it's taking out a lot of the sellers along the way, and like a lot of sellers will just be out when you see price action like this. Like trust me, when you see 2018 altcoin charts where you see this like slow grind down, a lot of the sellers just capitulate. They're just like, I'm fucking done with this coin. And like, in other words, it doesn't take much move. It doesn't take much volume and strength to get past some of these other levels, because many of the sellers are already out. Dogecoin does look pretty good overall. Like I would view 30 cents as an area of, it's an SR level. And of course 26, which price already broke. Upcoming, what are some targets? I would use this daily level around 39 to 40 cents. You can see this level was an SR level multiple times. You can see its support here, it became resistance, and then it kind of like flipped. It did a fake out and ultimately was a resistance. This is kind of like the next area up in my opinion. With that said, I would look to 30 cents as an area of interest for Dogecoin. You can see that this kind of area around 30 cents would be an interesting area. And this would coincide with Bitcoin also pulling back. So as you can already tell, all of this is coinciding with Bitcoin pulling back. I do believe if Bitcoin pulls back, then we'll see some altcoin pullback as well. I don't think we're in an environment right now where if Bitcoin dumps, then we'll see altcoins just continue to flourish. So that's Dogecoin, and let's also look at ADA. I wanted to look at ADA. Sorry, I have a lot of altcoins here. Okay, so ADA, this is a very interesting chart. We saw this area at 150. This was like an SR level. Resistance, 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 and then you see lots of support all along this area here. Price breaks through, and then you also saw this area as support too, around 120. Then you saw resistance again, 150, pullback. Once again, you see one last resistance area around 150, but as you can see, price consolidated near this this resistance area for quite some time. And when you see this consolidation, then you generally can assume that price is going to break through. Now, it really depends on the market conditions on that, but given the market conditions around this time, and given the fact that ADA has a lot of important fundamental catalysts coming up, this was just like a simple buy that I just missed. I should have just like bought it. And ADA, I mean, we laughed at this coin for quite some time, but at the end of the day, like, you know, this coin is like number 3 in market cap right now. So kudos to them. This is an area of resistance, but again, similar to Solana, when you start to see like big ass buy candles like this with nice volume coming in, especially with like a fundamental catalyst coming as well, I would be very careful shorting this type of coin, because if the smart contracts launch comes out successful, then I actually suspect this will like break all-time highs pretty soundly. And I do believe that the ADA ecosystem is one to look for, because it has such a strong community, and if the fundamentals actually match the hype, then we'll see this ecosystem do pretty well, in my opinion. So like I will be looking to invest in some like you know, ADA derivatives, or they're like any sort of swaps or anything like that. It would be really good to see. So those are kind of my overall thoughts on the market right now. I do think that everything is going to depend on Bitcoin. I would be okay with it pulling back to 40K. That would be healthy. Still believe that 50 to 55K is like the top. I mean, we might have already seen the top in the short term. Still expecting higher lows, and then strong moves in Q4. Thanks for watching.